it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings. And it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Twin Cities and U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, the home of the Vikings. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We had a couple of teams who have to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
About ready to get this one started. Amy Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from Minneapolis. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft out of USC. It's Sam Darnold.
If he's going to lead his team to a win, he has to be smart with his decision-making. The last thing you want to do is give the opposing team an extra possession solely because you got reckless with the ball. As long as he is calculated with those risks, I think they have a good chance today coming out on top.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll put Addison in motion. Look to hit him with the jet sweep here to begin this drive. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that gain.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Opening carry of the game for Aaron Jones. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. An early test to start this one. 3rd and inches. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. 11 yards on the pass there. It'll be a Vikings first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll put Addison in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Again, it's Jones. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So on 4th down, out comes Ryan Wright to punt for Minnesota. Robert Woods back to return for the Texans. A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023, From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
You could certainly make the case, Mike, that he had one of the best rookie seasons by a quarterback in NFL history. Not so much just his personal play, but he has completely rejuvenated that Houston Texans locker room and that Houston Texans organization. It was incredible watching him as a rookie. Tell you what, though, I think he's even more capable here in his second year under center.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for, and it'll lead to a second down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. A gain there of 16 yards. It's good for a Texans first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
On first down, it's Stroud. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it'll be second down.
To say football is a game of inches may be an understatement after that last play. I mean, if he gets there just a little bit quicker, he can get two hands on it and reel it in. And instead of just forcing the incomplete, he could have had himself a pick.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end, Schultz. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
They'll go play action with Stroud. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable?
That is caught. What a throw. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. So they take the shot downfield, and it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. What a big play that is, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. And the key to a play like this is when the ball travels this far in the air, they teach you, don't look back, look up, because that's where the ball will be. And in this case, he was able to secure it and come away with a big touchdown.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Texans will take a 7-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. To return, it's Brandon Powell. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to see the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. He'll take this forward, maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
Still 1st down.
Play fake to Jones, and now Darnold. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And that'll help a bit. They're still well short of the sticks. A solid pickup on that 1st down play.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in 1st and a mile after taking a penalty on 1st down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable 2nd down.
They'll go play action with Darnold. That's caught left side by Hawkinson. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He's got his tight end, Hawkinson. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
The timing of the jet sweep is critical. If you can get the ball carrier past the end man on the line, typically there's a lot of space downfield, but give credit to the defense. They saw this one play out, they reacted quickly, and they're able to throw him down for a loss.
Off the play fake, it's Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And now it's 4th down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the 1st half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. And in motion, it's Diggs. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And It wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's complete. It's Tank Dell. He's to the 15. What a connection. He's down inside the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal. Stroud going to set up to throw. This one caught just past the pylon. Touchdown, Texans.
And this is where it pays to have a strong arm to throw this sort of outbreaking route, Mike, towards the boundary in tight coverage. You got to have a lot of faith that you're going to get that ball there. If you're a little late or this ball is underthrown, it could result in a pick six the other direction. Instead, he fires it and he puts it on a line, and the result is a touchdown.
Now Fairbairn for the extra point. He's got it, and the Texans move out on top, 14-0.
Vikings nothing.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Howell now to bring it back. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to take over possession of the football. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll have more from Minneapolis after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Now Darnold. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
This has been a first half to forget on their offensive side of the ball. It just seems like it's been a snowball effect. Bad plays are leading to even worse plays, and that sack being the largest setback in the game, that's been full of them.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Darnold. crushed. It's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
A 54-yard attempt.
Reichardt's kick is good. And the Vikings get their first points of the game. They trail 14-3.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense going to take over just before the half. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they'll bring this to about the 34-yard line. Blake Cashman up from the linebacker's spot to make the tackle. So at halftime, it's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports halftime report.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. He'll get about two. The veteran safety, Harrison Smith, there on the stop. Second down and 8. Here's Stroud. He'll look deep here for Diggs. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. On play action, Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And he'll be taken down.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves first and goal inside the low red zone.
So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have first and goal. To throw is Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. And the tackle is made at about the 6.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
They will work the middle with Mixon. And he is going the wrong way, tackled back at the 7.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Line of scrimmage back at the 7 for third and goal. Throwing is Stroud. He'll try to run for it.
What a nice play defensively. It's always a bit of a challenge. How long do I stay in coverage defending my zone or my man? Or how fast do I come up and pursue a scrambling quarterback? They did a nice job rallying to the ball late. They're able to bring him down to force fourth down.
Fourth down, and on comes Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal. This, about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Texans going to open up a 17-3 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. Howell now to bring it back. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Vikings offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with first and 10. They'll put Addison in motion. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Space. Oh, a loose football. The Texans have it. Well, so much for a nice gain and a good running play. Unable to secure it, the ball comes out, and the defense comes off the field with a turnover.
Once the runner breaks through the line of scrimmage, Mike, it's very common to see them carrying the ball with one hand. But as they get further down the field and those defenders close in, you've got to protect it with 2 hands and make sure you secure the ball all the way to the ground.
The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. The rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line. That's Jonathan Bernard busting in to record the sack.
Let's give credit where credit's due. Defensively, finding yourself down by this much at this stage of the game, they could just pack it in. They could say, all right, this one's over. We're moving on to next week. They're continuing to play hard. They're continuing to get after the quarterback, and nice start to this drive.
Second down, here's a run, and here's Mixon. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Now, Stroud. He'll try and get there on the ground.
So the two components to a scramble drill, Mike, is the quarterback has to buy time with his legs, and then all of the receivers need to second reaction and come open downfield late. And he bought time, but nobody was able to separate, and there's nowhere to go with the ball.
Here's Powell to return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On play action, here's Darnold. He's going to be taken down here. The defense comes up with a sack on the final play of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That's caught! And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
So the big play gets him down close. And now it's 1st and goal. They'll run it here with Jones. And he will score! Game on! Aaron Jones. Touchdown, Minnesota. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Big spot here for the Vikings. They'll try to add on the 2-point conversion.
The Vikings will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They run it once more with Jones. And this time they stop him short of the goal line. Touchdown a moment ago. No two-point conversion to add on as they come up empty. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud ready to get to work once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On first down, they'll start with Mixon. Not much to speak of on that one, maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. To throw, it's Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon. Give him 13 on that screen play. And a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left. And it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback, just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Here's Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. A gain of 24 through the air. First down for Houston.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
On first down, it's Stroud. Digs on the reception. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's second and 6. They'll send a tight end in motion. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. They'll go right back to Mixon. And now at 1:52, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. They'll run for it with Mixon. And he's going to have a Texans 1st down. They needed 3. They got 6. Enough for the 4th down conversion. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. Third and goal. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.
Next the score, Texans 20, Vikings 9.
Just 1 second, all that remains in the football game as the kick is away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
They're on the 30-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. So it's a win for the visiting Texans. They proved much the best in this one. They get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.